Alright, I'm going to make a little quick video. Usually when I'm reloading, I'll use my perfect powder measure. You know, I'll just take the caliper and set it to where I want it and throw the charge so it's always the same. But a lot of times, like if I'm going to use up the last bit of powder, or if I'm going to be developing some loads, I got this almost empty can. I mean, there's just very little bit left in it. And what I will do, and you can also do this, you know, if you don't have a powder measure or anything like that, what you can do is just take your scale right here. First of all, I'll show you what I do. You're going to need some kind of funnel. And a lot of times I use the scoop, and word of advice, this is not a calibrated scoop for every powder. Believe me. Yeah, different powders have different densities, different weights. So this is just a tool for transferring, in my eyes. You know, do so at your own risk. But what I like to do is I'll take a 30-30 case, if you can see that, and it's still got the primer in it because it'll do you no good with a hole in the bottom. It'll just dump out. And I will open up my powder, and I'll just take and dump an almost full case. And what we're going to do is we're just going to trickle this till we get the desired amount. You can see the can's almost empty. If you look, we've got a case. That's why you need the funnel. You see that case is pretty daggum full. We place the top on our powder so we don't spill anything. And we'll turn on our scale. This is the Frankfurt Arsenal scale that I like to use. Make sure it's tared out. And the desired charge we're going for is 23.5 grains. That works pretty good in my rifle. So what I'll do is I'll just take this case and I'll just kind of give it a little twist. Just let it roll a little bit of powder out. You know, a lot of people can do this. It is a lot longer process, you know, once you get your desired load. But this is the process I like to use when I'm developing, or like I said, using the last of a can of powder. And you just trickle it down. Like right there, it's 23.6, and I'll just take my little scoop. Remember I said it was just for transferring powder, and I'll just trickle back into there until I get what I want. If you look and see, that's 23.5 grains of powder. Like I said, this is a very long, slow process, but it does work, especially if you're going to be doing rifle rounds where you're going to be making ultra precise rounds where you don't need to make a lot of them real fast. So you can, even if you don't have a powder thrower, you can reload. We'll take and we'll look and we'll make sure that we have an empty case, and then we will take our powder funnel. Slide all this in the camera view and just dump her in here via the funnel, and we can turn our scale off, and then I can take my flashlight. I always keep a flashlight on the bench. Look and verify that I do have powder in there, and then we will move it over to the press. This is a piece of 223 brass that was already I had already primed. I'm gonna take her bullet. And that's all you have to do. So just because you don't have all the equipment doesn't mean you can't reload. A powder thrower dispenser, and they vary from the $20 Lee Perfect Powder Measure, which I feel works really great, on up to the $250, $300 models that, you know, you just push a button and it dispenses out what you've got it preset. It's got like a little screw that just, like Load Masters, I can't remember the name of them, which are really good. But don't use just the scoop. I mean, it's great if you just want to scoop some out and dump it on your scale to weigh it. I mean, that is a decent transfer method, but that's what I like to do. Is I like to use a 30-30 case, and I can get about 2 cases out of a case of 30-30 that's pretty full. You can see, you can trickle it. What I usually do is I trickle it up to about 21 grains ish. And we're about to add a little bit more powder. Alright, I added me a little bit more powder. I'll take us up to our 23 grain mark. Stop there and see where we're at. Just trickle up slow. And they actually sell powder tricklers that you can do this with, but they're a little heavy. .4. And once you set into a desired load, like that one's 23.5, if you can see that, 23.5. But once you settle into a desired load, you can set your powder measure up to where it'll just constantly throw that, and then you can just weigh each charge instead of having to trickle every one of them, which is a very long process. But especially like I said, if you're going to be doing rifle loads, most people don't load thousands at a time. That's a good way to develop your loads. Have to do. I'm going to finish trickling up these last few I got here. I did cheat because I took what was left in the can and weighed it out, divided by my charge, and I figured that's how many I would do. So I should be able to get 4 more out of what I got left there, and then that'll be the end of the IMR 4895 till I get some more. And that's how it goes. Alright, I'm going.